All right. Here we go. Let's see who pops on. Who's going to be the first person to pop on tonight? All right. We got 3 people popping on. Thank you, guys. I know it's Thursday, so I appreciate it. All right. Let's let the music play for just a minute. Get this going. Thursday evening here in South Florida. Hope everyone's had a great week so far. Got some interesting news to cover for you guys. Some real estate news and some YouTube news. So, all right, looks like we got a couple people on, so let's dim the music. Hey, welcome guys. I'm Paul. Welcome to another live stream here on my YouTube channel, where we talk about real estate, South Florida, and just whatever comes to mind on these live streams. So welcome, and I know it's a Thursday evening, so I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. Wednesday I was tied up and couldn't do my typical Wednesday, but I didn't want to leave you guys out and not get it done. So we're doing a Thursday. So there you go, and then you'll see me again Sunday at 10 a.m. So anyway, lots going on. Some good stuff here. As the thumbnail said, Gen Zs are changing the real estate market. Got an interesting story about Gen Zs and some interesting stuff. Pretty cool to see. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and how they're affecting the real estate market. We'll talk about some other statistics and stuff that 3 out of 4 U.S. home buyers prefer being at home versus anywhere else. We also got some other news, interesting news in the condo market, and also some updates about the video that I shot last week and the video coming up for this Sunday. So so it looks like we got some people. Let me go to the comment section. Let me get out of this and change here. And so, well, I'm not sure. Let's see. The first person says, Sal. Okay. How is the picture? Well, she's doing great. So thanks for asking. She is absolutely amazing. Just saw her today. So apparently someone who knows our real estate office. I appreciate that, Sal. And here we go. Hi, Afi. Welcome to a Thursday evening. Thank you. Same to you. Thanks for popping in. So I'm glad to have you on board, and hopefully you guys. Oh, and there's my wife FaceTiming or bombing. Yeah, you're live.
Hi.
She just got home. So, all right. There you saw Mrs. Palm Beach's ball. So, all right. Well, let's get into it, guys. So we're going to talk, like I said, about Gen Z. I don't know a lot about Gen Z because I'm Gen X. I'm an old guy, right? I don't know the Gen Z lingo and all that stuff, but they are definitely getting involved in the real estate. And it's an interesting how they're doing it. So it's smart. It's brilliant. I really commend them for doing this. I don't work with a lot of Gen Z buyers, obviously, because of the age difference. There's so many young agents out there, but that's why I'm building a team, so my younger agents can work with them. So like Sarah, who joined our team, so for the Palm Beaches group. So I will have agents, but so let's jump into the first story. But before I do that, I want to thank 2 YouTubers. So it's been an interesting week. I shot a video up in Fort Pierce. If you guys saw that video, that was a really fun video, and I love highlighting, and I've got some exciting stuff coming this summer that I'm going to show you all about places in Florida. We're going to continue the Florida videos, y'all, where we're showing the history and historical places, restaurants, of course, beer, breweries. That's a lot of fun. I love highlighting local, and I love digging into the history about these towns and showing you different places. And it's not necessarily just for real estate. You guys may just want a vacation there, like one person said. They may want to stop off and vacation and check out some of the places and the food and the cool bars and stuff. So my channel's always been a little bit about real estate and travel and the lifestyle of Florida. So it's not just all a real estate channel. But I met some YouTubers, and when I went to Fort Pierce, I got a flat tire, if y'all saw the video, and I had to go get my tire fixed. So I went to this bike shop here in Boynton Beach, and I think it's called Bicycle, and it's BY and then the word sickle. So kind of play on words for bicycle there. And this young guy there was working on my bike, and I told me I got the bike from doing a YouTube video. They asked me to do a promo video for them, so I said okay, sure, and they gave me the bike. And he has a YouTube channel. So let me go to the banner here. So he has an interesting channel. Let me show you this. So he's a local guy, and his channel is Steezy Films. Now he's a young guy. He has videos. His are like, you know, remember being a kid and riding a bike and doing wheelies, right? You popped wheelies. That's we all used to ride bikes and pop wheelies and do that and jump. And we used to ramp off stuff. Our parents, mom knew half this crazy stuff we did. Well, he has a bike channel, and he, you know, he looks and talks and does reviews of bikes, but he also like rides wheelies, like, I mean, for like crazy, like all the way down the road, just insane wheelies that I was doing. So I just thought I'd throw him a plug because he was super nice, and it's a fellow YouTuber here in town, and he was a good guy. And then today while filming, I met another gentleman, and he's Free RV. And he's a guy who started an RV channel, travel channel, like on a budget. And it's just him. And he actually is one of the bridge attendants here. He works at one of the bridges in Delray Beach. So I guess the night shift. And he was talking to me, and he was a nice guy and subscribed, and he has a channel. So if you like RV travel, and you know, stuff like that, and how to travel on a budget, that might be a cool channel to go to. So, and you know, part of this is neat because I like meeting other YouTubers, so supporting that community is fun, and both were just really nice, and they supported me. So, but all right, enough with that. Let's get right into it, and let me go share the screen, and we'll talk about Gen Z. So let's see if we've got any more comments real quick while we go there. Sal, remember the Fort Pierce brother. Okay. The Fort Pierce. Oh, the Fort Pierce the Fort Pierce brothel. Okay. That's funny. Yes. That the place that was the Gables house was actually a brothel at one time. So, all right, let me get into this. Present, share screen, share. All right, guys. So we're going to go and share this. And all right, so Gen Z, they're turning to their siblings. So apparently Gen Z is out buying homes, and you know, being that they're young, they don't have any kids, right? They're not even married. They're buying homes with either friends or their siblings. Their brothers and sisters are buying the homes together, which I think is brilliant at that young age. So it shows, a report shows that 22% of Gen Z home owners purchased their home with their siblings in 2025. And co-purchasing outside of romantic partnerships is rising. So whether it's a friend or a sibling, they're buying homes together. And what it says is, according to Bank of America, 2025 Home Buying Insight reports that 22% of Gen Z homeowners reported purchasing their home with a sibling. According to a Fortune report, the figure is up 12% in 2024 and 4% in 2023. At the same time, 30% of Gen Z buyers said they took a second job to fund their down payment, compared to 28% the previous year and 24% the year before that. It says co-purchasing homes outside of romantic partnerships is on the rise. Almost 15% of Americans have done so, according to a 2024 JW Surety Bonds survey. Gen Z's main source of support is family. 20% of future Gen Z buyers plan to depend on family loans, compared to 15% of overall respondents. Why it matters. Uncertainty in the housing market has led 60% of current homeowners and would-be buyers to be unsure if it is the right time to purchase. This is up from 57% in 2024 and 48% in 2023. So it says, despite the challenges, Gen Z is not waiting to take action. They're finding creative ways to afford down payments and work harder to improve their financial futures. And I think that's pretty brilliant of them. So the desire to own a home is still strong, even with the challenges they face. Younger generations are still understand the long-term value of owning a home offers them. And so I thought that was a really interesting story about Gen Z, and just, kind of wondered, what is y'all's opinion of that? Would you, if you were in that situation, if you were in your 20s, some of you might be in your 20s, would you consider buying a house with your brother or sister? I mean, I probably would have, if back then, if I think about it. But I come from a big family, but I was in one city, and my closest brother was in another city. So, and he was 3 years older. So that wouldn't really might not have worked for us. Anyway, sorry, I was reading something. But yeah, it's interesting that they're doing that. So good for them if they can get into home ownership and find a way to do it now in this market, and hopefully it gets better and build that equity. They will be doing themselves a solid. So let me go back to present again. So because the next report says, talks about this, how Gen Z are succeeding, right? And it talks about them buying, the Gen Zers are those that are 19 to 26 years old. And then what says 20-something home buyers are getting started on the journey towards homeownership earlier in life than millennials. The homeownership rate for adult Gen Zers, those between 16 and 26 years old, is higher than it was for millennials and Gen Xers at that age. Before group of when they were 24, I guess when of those group was 24. Yeah, sorry. So Gen Zers between age 18 and 24 only comprise about 3% of home buyers now. They're still getting attention in the housing market because of their eagerness to purchase a home early despite market challenges. And it's important to remember, although the median net worth, it says down here from a real estate investment platform that the median net worth of a homeowner is typically about 40 times that of a renter. That's a huge number to see, folks. So, getting a home, because later on when they decide to move out of this house, because they won't live in it their entire life, they'll end up upgrading or maybe downgrading, but they'll have equity to use to purchase the next house, which is a big thing in the real estate market. So it says nearly 65% of Gen Zers say they're eager to jump into home ownership, preferably within the next 5 years. However, they are concerned about affording the upfront costs such as down payment and closing costs, according to a survey of 750 respondents between the ages of 18 and 27. How are they buying? Well, as we said, they're working with siblings and working ways to find the money that way. Plus, there's different programs out there for first-time home buyers. But another thing is that the Gen Z learned from the financial missteps of millennials and are thoughtfully considering their higher education, which could mitigate some of the tremendous student loan debt held by other generations. So case in point, 61% of millennials blame student loan debt for their delaying their entrance into homeownership. And we've heard that many times. I've heard that many, many times. So let me stop sharing. I know I saw some comments over here. Let me just get rid of that. Gen Z is under 28. This could be problematic when they get older, get married, and have children. They want to do, then what do you do with the home? Well, let me go back to Afi. Problematic when they get older, get married, and have children, then what do they do with the home? Oh, well, yeah. I see your point, what you're saying, buy one sibling out. Yeah, I would imagine they at one point, if they're that young and they're buying the property at that age, Afi, I would think they would live in it till they're 30, right? So if they're buying it, and you say they're 26, 4, 5 years, maybe they buy one out. Maybe look, multi-generational is a big thing. Maybe they still live together. Maybe they, they're dating. Who knows? Maybe they get married. They live in that house, but they have a house with their brother-in-law. I mean, the multi-generational thing with parents and relatives and cousins is really a big thing right now. And I think we're going to see a lot more of that as we go into the future. There's a lot of people buying homes with their parents. So I would guess some of them would, as long as they get along. My brother and I love my brother, but we couldn't stay together for more than a month. So we'd butt heads too much, typical brothers. But yeah, if they can figure it out, and then you have one house side of the house they live on, another. I don't know. That's a good question. And that is why I think we should start seeing more homes in South Florida with ADUs, additional dwelling units, or a granny flat, whatever you want to call it, or cottage, whatever you want to call them. If we had more of those, it would make it easier. Like someone could live in that, someone could live in the main house. I wish we had more homes like that, but all we have that I've seen so far, the new ones, which are millions of dollars, like nothing under $1 million that I saw really. And then so they had like a casita, they called it. And then you have the older homes like Lake Worth that are cool, but older homes come with their own set of problems, and they're nice and they're charming, but you really have to be prepared and make sure you do a great inspection on it. And even then, a lot of wood, So you got to worry about termites. You got cast iron pipes, all that stuff that you got to be prepared to worry about. So, but great question. Thank you. And you guys, let me get on this one banner. Hold on 1 second. So please don't be shy. Ask questions, y'all. That helps run the show. It really makes it much better. Let me go back to my banner, my comment. Because there we go. Hello, Pamela. Hi, Pam. Welcome. Thanks for popping on Thursday. I appreciate your support. So, so I think it's pretty neat. I mean, I had a roommate, we had a roommate and it worked as a roommate. So why not have the roommate as your sibling, somebody you've grown up with your whole life? And, you buy the house together and you guys already been living together your whole life, but now you maybe do it without your parents and you build that equity and you build a property. But that's a great question that what do you do when someone wants out? They have to buy them out, because that can be a little tricky. So I've heard stories about that with like boyfriend, girlfriends and stuff who bought homes. So yeah, that's there was always a little bit of a kink in there somewhere. So anyway, but all right, folks. Well, let me get on to the next. We could go run up to the next news story here. I don't want to run too quick through it. We're only going on, but if you guys ask some questions, you got any more questions, I really appreciate, what is your opinion? Do you guys, as I said, would you buy a house with a brother or sister? We're having iced tea tonight. No beer. I was out making a video all day today and it was super hot out today. All right. Well, if you guys want to leave a question, all you got to do is pop it over there. It's real simple. And then I can put it on screen and answer it. So, but all right. Well, let's go. Then we'll just keep going. I don't have a guest tonight, so this might be a quicker show, but that's okay. I'm still trying to give you guys the news that you might need about real estate here. Let me go back up to my this and hit this and hit this. And we're going to go here and we're going to do this. And there we go. So, all right. I don't know about you, but I certainly know I enjoy being home. My wife and I, who popped on the screen at the beginning there, we love watching Netflix and Apple TV, and we love watching shows and just enjoying, being home together. So like, we'll go out every once in a while and stuff and, go to dinner here and there, but, we're older and we like being home. It's comfortable. So, and she works a lot. So, she's come home. She doesn't want to go out and have to deal with all the stuff. She just wants to chill. So 3 in 4 homeowners would rather be home than anywhere else. Now, I will say for me, I know that I do love being at home, but as we've gotten older and our kids are getting older and slowly getting to that empty nester stage, I want to travel. I want to see the world. And so as much as I love being home, I also want to get out and go travel more now. Like more than ever, I want to go see the world. And I've been watching this really cool series on Apple TV called The Long Way Home. And it's a whole series that started back with Ewan McGregor back in 2004. And they ride motorcycles around the world. It's a great series if you like travel documentaries. It's a cool one, especially if you're a motorcycle rider. I'm not, but I still love the adventure. But we like being home. So it says, in recognition of National Home Ownership Month, we're looking at how Americans feel about their homes and what they go through to buy one. Most homeowners have warm feelings about their home. I hope so. I had clients that just closed on a really nice home yesterday. So congratulations to Chris and Christina. And with nearly 7% saying their home is a reflection of who they are. It's kind of like dog owners too, right? Is that a reflection of who you are? According to a recent Redfin survey. So saving directly from paychecks is the most common way for home buyers to gather money for down payment. But recent buyers also report working second jobs, receiving cash gifts from family, and selling stocks. So nearly 3/4 of U.S. homeowners say they would rather be home than anywhere else, according to the survey. So that's a lot, man. Because the other 25% just either don't like their house or they love being around, traveling the world, and just have a house to come to once in a while. So they took a poll, and it says nearly 7 in 10 homeowners say their home is the only place they can relax, and 68% say it's the only place they can get a good night's sleep. So, and then there's a poll here. So most homeowners would rather be home than anywhere else, feel a sense of belonging in a neighborhood. So how much do you agree or disagree with the same statements? So my current home is a reflection of who I am, almost 70%. My home is the only place I can relax. I mean, if I'm vacationing, I can relax anywhere. I actually be fine traveling and sleeping in a hotel as long as it's got AC. My home is the only place I can get a good night's sleep. I would rather be at home than anywhere else. And I feel a sense of belonging to my neighborhood. So that's an interesting one because it's really weird in Florida. Some neighborhoods, I guess it depends on where you live, but some neighborhoods, at least I remember, maybe it's just because you're growing up, you knew more people than you actually talked to now. I mean, I know some of my neighbors, but I mean, I've lived next to some people and barely said 2 words to them. So it's just, I guess it's just every neighborhood's a little bit different. But I don't know. I kind of like being at home, but I also really like getting out and seeing the world. So, but I thought that was an interesting survey that they came up with. And let me go over here to the studio. Let's see. Well, my one friend is always commenting, so thank you. I like being home, but I love to travel too. Yeah, it's fun to get out and see the world, but home is great. I mean, sometimes you just want to chill on that couch and put on Netflix and eat junk food. Maybe not you, but I do. And enjoy and relax. It's just fun. Sometimes you just sit there and it's like, did we do anything today? Nope, but who cares? Like it was a good relaxing day. So today I was riding around all day today, so I was busy running everywhere. But all right, let me get up to the next pop up here. And so this story is about condos. And if any of y'all been watching my channel for a while, you know that I talk about condos a lot. So let's see. Hold on a second. Let me go back. I got to go back here and give me 1 second. I got to go. I got to find the right one to share. All right. So this one was pretty interesting. Trade your condo for a house. Florida's condo crisis spurs condo swap deal. So I saw this report and I thought it was really interesting. This developer, Coral Reef General Contracting, I guess, he's up in, funny enough, Fort Pierce, where I just was. He has this company, and what he's doing is it says his home renovation company is pitching a novel offer to condominium owners sick of rising ownership fees and dealing with the difficult condo boards. He says, I'll take that condo from you, the founder and owner. He says, I'll deal with the structural problems. I'll deal with the sometimes crazy HOAs, and I'll take that on my back if you use your condo as a down payment for one of my homes. So thought that was pretty interesting. I never heard of it. It's out of the box, as they say in the article here. And it is, I was trying to look down here. The homes that he's selling are pretty pricey. So it's not like you're getting a small home. But handing over condos as part of buying a new single family home may be advantageous for condo owners struggling to sell their units or just looking to move up. So he has these properties, and I was trying to look for it. Give me a second. Find it down here. It says Coral Reef, founded in 2009, Fort Pierce, is building 17 custom luxury homes starting at $1.5 million on South Hutchinson Island. It has sold at least 3. Now it says that here, but then I come down here and it said that there were like 2.5 million. So yeah, it says these homes start at 2.9 million. So I'm not sure which price they start at, but I thought that was an interesting concept, that if you can trade your condo somehow to this guy, as a down payment, and get you into one of his homes, he's trying to find solutions for those people who are dealing with the condos and not happy with them right now. As you know, the condo crisis is still going on here in South Florida, and you'll see in a little bit when we start talking about the number of inventories. It's absolutely bonkers. But I thought that was a pretty interesting article, and as people, I don't know exactly the details of how it works, but yeah, you can go in and trade your condo. So it'd be pretty cool. So I don't know, Afi, I'm going to ask Afi or Pamela, because at least I know I'll get them to respond back to me. Would you trade your condo for a house? Like if you're just done with it? And I don't know how they do that. So, I mean, it's not, I don't know what he's paying for it. I don't know, whatever the equity's in, there's a sign over or something, an assumption, I don't know. But it was pretty interesting. I'll have to look more into that. I wish maybe I'll talk to him one day next time I go back up to Fort Pierce. So let's see. All right. It's peanut. See, it's so much better when I have a guest. You guys have no idea how difficult it is to try to hold a conversation by yourself. I once sold a condo and bought a house in another state. Yeah, that makes sense. Yep. So, well, hey, look, he's doing something right. If people are stuck and they're stuck in their condos and they're sick of it and it's not doing anything and they can't sell it, which many can't right now, then maybe that's a solution. If it's a big enough condo and they can afford a almost $3 million house. So it's not obviously not going to help a lot of the people that are in their condos that can't afford multi-million-dollar properties, but it's something. So, all right, let's see. So I did that story and I did that story and I got rid of that one. So I'm just deleting these so I don't click them again. And let's see. All right. Well, we will go to the next one here, but I wanted to also let you guys know, for those of you, I know some of y'all may be new, some of y'all a long time, that I am now offering, I have memberships now on my YouTube channel. So if you're someone who comes to these live streams like you guys do, I have some memberships. And if you join the memberships, it's either $199 a month or $399. You can get things like a badge next to your name. You get priority replies to comments. I'll be doing things like live streams that are just for the members only. Also recognition, name, get your name called out in the video and stuff like that. But if you check out my YouTube channel, like you're watching right now, you'll see a membership section. And in that, you'll get stuff like you get when I do a video. I usually post my videos. I always post my videos Sunday at 10, but I'm usually editing them on a Friday or Saturday. So typically I'll be done with it Friday or Saturday sometime. And when I upload it, it's there. And if you're a member, you can actually see the video right then. You don't have to wait till Sunday at 10 a.m. So anyway, it's one way to help support me as I'm continuing to make these videos and bring this to you. I am going to be doing some more traveling around the state. That's my goal, is to go to other places outside of Palm Beach County, as I see that everyone's enjoying the videos where I'm showing different towns. So I've got some plans to go later this month. I'm going to be doing a really cool video a little further up than I've gone. And it's going to be a fun video that I was able to partner with some people and with a hotel. And so kind of cool. So I'm taking the channel on the road, you would say, a little further away for a weekend. So it should be pretty fun. But anyway, I appreciate you guys supporting. And this is just one way to keep supporting me. I love making these videos. The real estate market's a little slow right now, but I'm still going to continue to make these videos and show you places like the restaurants and the breweries and stuff like that. So if you feel the need and want to check out the membership, please check it out. You can always cancel, but that's just a way to help support me. So this is like a second job for me. So, all right, let's go present, share screen, and we are going to talk about inventory. So let me see, where is it at? Is this the one I want to click on? Yes, let me share that. All right, is this it? Yes. Excuse me, guys. So the housing market inventory update. So Florida inventory jumps, Nevada inventory dips. So I found this report, and let me see, come down here. So it says active listings. If active listings begin to rise quickly, in theory, it can signal a weakening market. If active listings begin to fall quickly, in theory, it can signal a strengthening market. According to Resi Club, reported last week, the number of active U.S. homes for sale in February 2024 were 664,716, is up 15% on a year-over-year basis from February 2023 of 579,264. However, active inventory for sale is still down 40% from pre-pandemic February 2019. So regionally speaking, year over year, the shift varies a lot. So in Nevada, active listings are down, right? Negative 32% on a year-over-year basis on markets. But meanwhile, active listings here in Florida are up plus 45.8%, basically 46% on a year-over-year basis. So, and if I go to, let's see, click that. Let me see. Can you guys see that? Yes, good. You can see that. All right. So let me go back. So you can kind of see this inventory, the 12-month inventory, and see places like Washington, 13%, Oregon, 14%, Montana. But then look here in Nevada, down, negative 32%, California, -1%, right? Then you shoot across Illinois. Look at that, down 9.8%. Some of my friends that work in the Northeast, there's New York at 7.3%, New Jersey 9.1%. Like I said, I was on a friend's YouTube channel and they're getting multiple offers and over asking prices on their listings up there in Jersey. Here's New York again. Whereas this Connecticut is down 7.6%. So, but then if you look at this map and you see the biggest green, right, we're getting there. Look at Florida plus 45.8%. So lots of inventory there, and then just kind of shows you the five states here for Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Arkansas. Where active listings are up the most year over year, and then the states that were down where it's probably hard to get a home are Nevada, Illinois, New Jersey, Idaho, and Rhode Island. So those places where it is, and generally speaking, housing markets where inventory has returned to pre-pandemic levels have experienced weaker home price growth or outright declines over the past 20 months. Conversely, housing markets where inventory remains far below pre-pandemic levels have generally speaking experienced stronger home price growth over the past 20 months. So that says obviously a lot about what's happening here in Florida with our market, with home prices. And we're seeing home prices come down. Things are taking longer. Offers or buyers are picky. They're deciding if they don't like the house for whatever little reason, they cancel the contract, because we saw that how much contracts had canceled, like 57,000 across the United States contracts had canceled in the month of April. So yeah, people are definitely taking their time and being very picky about it. And there's a lot of inventory out there, and we're seeing it a lot in condos too. I just did a price drop for one of my condo listings. And he's like, yeah, I just dropped the price because it's just so quiet and no one's even looking at it. So there's hope out there for y'all if you're looking, if you're in a position where you need to go right now and rent a place or buy a place. As I said, there's some negotiating going on. Let me see. What was this says? I once sold a condo and bought a home. We already did that one. Sorry. All right. Thought I got excited. I thought I had a new comment. So, all right. So that's what's going on in the housing market. Let me see. Let me scroll over and see what else I had to talk about here. I had a couple stories. Housing market inventory shift. I already did that. And so let me run up over here all right, let me go to this one. So now one of the other stories I was looking at, and I didn't get to talk about this last week, and this may be important to some of you who are considering moving here, is because companies, right? So West Palm Beach and South Florida is getting some tech business and medical. There are some people moving here, opening up more job opportunities here in our market where we were traditionally just, hospitality. So we're getting tourism. So we're getting some bigger companies, which is great. So I'm excited to some of these companies that are coming here. Let's go up here and click this. So these companies are coming to our area. So it says several new companies are establishing a business or relocating to West Palm Beach. Some notable examples include companies in the tech and finance sectors, as well as retail and dining establishments. So in tech, ServiceNow is exploring a major expansion and potential headquarters move. West Palm Beach is also a growing hub for startups and tech companies, with organizations like 1909 West Palm and South Florida Tech Hub supporting the ecosystem. Finance is, if y'all have watched my videos about downtown West Palm Beach, you'll know that the finance boys have been coming here. They've opened up places like Harry's in the Square, or it was formerly known as City Place. Harry's is a restaurant or a bar that was very popular for the stock market up in New York. They opened up about 2 years ago down here. One Flagler, which is one of the buildings that Ross is having built. And it's a new office tower. It's a really beautiful building right in Okeechobee, right before you cross over the bridge into Palm Beach. And it's attracting tenants like Bessemer Trust, which is a big trust company over in Palm Beach for many, many years, tied into, I believe, the Phipps family. High Post Capital, Paulson Capital, Barron Funds, Lancer Capital, and Johnson Family Foundation. All these financial companies are looking at starting and moving into the West Palm Beach area, which, again, if you watch my video and you see I show the condos, these condos that are 6 million, 13 million, 72 million for a penthouse. These are the people. They're coming. These finance people are coming here. And, of course, the places I went into, the other neighborhoods like El Cid and can't think of the other park that I went to in my one video, but all those beautiful homes, they're buying those homes. So, and then of course, retail dining, because Nora should be opening up very soon. I did that video and I need to reach out and talk to them again. But Nora District is adding new retailers like Warby Parker, Le Labo Fragrances, and Pompanos Boutique, as well as a new jewelry concept called Luce or Luce, I guess Luce. Other new business openings in the area include fitness centers like Sweat 440. So, and then healthcare. Cleveland Clinic is planning a hospital in West Palm Beach, and Vanderbilt University. Those are two big stories that are going to change the landscape of West Palm Beach. So we got Vanderbilt. So all those, businesses and stuff opening up in our area and companies is good. I mean, that's more jobs for people in the area. So if they're in those tech fields, or having a Cleveland Clinic's a fantastic hospital. Having that open it up is just going to help West Palm Beach more desirable, and hopefully create more employment for more of our locals as well. And hopefully people's incomes will go up, and cost of living will be a little bit more easy here in South Florida. Let's see. So those are the stories, guys. It's tough when you're not talking to anybody. I think I've pretty much gone through everything. I can tell you a little bit about Sunday's video. Sunday's videos, it's about a lot of the new laws that are coming out. So it should be an interesting video. I think you guys will like that. I do this video every year. I did one last year. It was kind of crazy because people were very back and forth about it. And so this video should be pretty interesting as well. Talked about some interesting laws. I think you guys will like it. That's Sunday at 10 o'clock. There's like 180 new laws coming out in, most of them start July 1st, but some start January 1st as well. So a lot of new laws are going into effect July 1st. So that'll be a good video Sunday at 10 o'clock. You want to take a look at that. As I said, I got some fun stuff coming up this summer. We're going to be going away and doing a cool video, showing you guys some more Florida cities. And be hitting a lot more Florida cities here, like Jupiter, the history of Jupiter. I've never done a history of West Palm Beach, even though I talked a lot about West Palm Beach, and quite a few other places. And we're going to go down south, Fort Lauderdale, and show you some of those as well too. So, but if you guys got any questions about any of the videos coming up or anything that we've talked about tonight, I mean, feel free. It's really, it's easy to just post a comment, and I can either try to answer it or not answer it, or we'll talk about it. But if you got a question, it's you can see everyone else's, the people that do post a question. It's pretty simple. And I'm going to put my stuff back up here. If you need to reach out to me, this is my information down here as a realtor. So it's a simple, but let me go back to see if there's no comments. No one has any questions. I only have 8 of you guys. It's a slow night. Wednesday's my normal night. So, and I can tell because we had 34 people on last time and there's only 8 on tonight. So that's, but that's because I changed it up on everybody. So, and we got 10 people watching, but all right. Well, one more thing I can show you. And sorry guys, I went through the stories. So when you have a guest on, we have banter back and forth and we can talk about it. You guys got to ask questions. I mean, you want to keep these entertaining. You got to ask questions. This how it works. You got to be involved. Ask questions, and then I can answer them because I can only come up with so much content to talk about on a live stream before it just gets to be where it is now, which is 39 minutes and we'll probably call the show, but let me go show you one last thing. Let me go here. Let me go back to this. And I did want to show you on the channel. So if you guys can see on the channel here, as I said, there's a membership section, and this is what you get a membership. And so you guys would get stuff like if a video went up. If I make a video and it's going to at 10 o'clock on Sunday, and I uploaded it at 11 a.m. Saturday, you would see it at 11 a.m. So we get member-only videos. There's loyalty badges, and you can see the badges here. The longer you stick around as a member, your badge changes color. Early access to videos, member shout-outs, photos. And if I'm doing a video someplace, I'll do a little photo and maybe even do a live stream showing you behind the scenes and stuff. Just some fun stuff to share with you guys. So that's the membership section. And that's it. So 40 minutes. We're not going to make it for an hour because I'm out of stories, and I think Afi's already pitched in enough to help run this. So, well, hey, look, guys, I'll be back Wednesday. I'll try to have a guest. It's always better when I have someone I can go back and forth with, but I wanted to be consistent and tell you the stories that were taking place. So now you got a little bit more information. If you have a Gen Z, maybe ask them if they're buying a house. If they are, tell them to reach out to me. I'd be happy to help them. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your night. And I'm going to go hang out and watch some TV in my home with my wife where we're comfortable and we enjoy. We're watching a great show called Stick with Owen Wilson. It's on Apple TV. So cool show. But all right, guys, get out, enjoy paradise. Thanks for coming on. Thanks those who asked some questions, and we'll see you Sunday at 10 a.m. Unless you join membership, then you get to see the video earlier. Talk to you later.